Without objection.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. Mr. Speaker, yet another summer building season is well underway without a long-term transportation bill. And we are, quite frankly, down to the wire on the current funding authorization, which expires next Sunday. And yet, here we are debating the addition of even more non-transportation related measures. Now, Congressman McKinley's motion to instruct on coal ash is yet another example of delay. The transportation conferees ought to be urgently completing their work on a long-term authorization not saddled with extraneous requirements which pose a threat to public health. With thousands of jobs on hold until Congress acts, this delay is unconscionable. Now, our state departments of transportation gave us early warning that if the Congress does not act and did not act on a long-term transit bill by March 31st, the summer building season would be compromised. Now, the Senate recognized this concern and sent to the House bipartisan legislation known as MAP 21, a bill which passed the Senate with a strong bipartisan support of 74 senators. And yet, as we saw March 31st deadline come and go, House leadership refused to take up the bipartisan Senate bill, knowing full well that carrying an extension into the summer building season would cost jobs. And it has. Now, nowhere is our nation's fragile recovery more apparent than in my home state of Rhode Island, which currently has an unemployment rate of 11%. Now, according to RIDOT, millions of dollars in projects have already been delayed, including a $6.4 million project to carry I-95 over 10 Rod Road in Exeter, Rhode Island, a $1.5 million project to provide traffic improvements on I-295 ramps along borders of Cranston and Johnston, a $3.5 million project to resurface State Street to Broad Street and Main Street to Route 1A in Westerly, Rhode Island. These projects not only improve the infrastructure upon which our businesses and residents rely, they mean real jobs, desperately needed jobs for Rhode Islanders. Now, MAP 21 will help rebuild America's economy on a stronger, more sustainable foundation. It will provide financing for critical highway and transit projects and support almost 2 million jobs, 9,000 of them in my home state of Rhode Island. Now, a 90-day extension, Mr. Speaker, is almost up. It was reluctantly passed back in March with the promise of a long-term measure to follow, a bill which is yet to materialize. Now, we, Mr. Speaker, must let the conferees finish their work, let the EPA continue to do its job, protecting the public from the risks of coal ash, which include cancer, neurological disorders, birth defects, and asthma. I urge my colleagues against this industry-driven motion and to vote for moving forward on the path to rebuild our roads, our communities, and our economy by bringing the American people a long-term transportation bill. With that, I thank the gentleman for yielding, and I yield back the balance of my